Welcome to the Tiffany Mika podcast. What we do here is build the strength and courage in you to accomplish your big dreams and goals in your sport. No longer will you feel limited. You won't feel you're not good enough. You won't question whether you will make it. Those doubts will disappear because you will have the competitive edge over your opponents and leave them in your wake. And the bonus is others will notice. Listen up and take notes because I will show you exactly how to do it. Hey there, Tiff here. Welcome to the Tiffany Mika podcast. How do you build confidence when you're not performing in your sport the way you want to? And it brings you down. It's hard, isn't it? How do you do that? Because I can say to you, keep going, or you've got this, or you can push yourself through this, and you can pump your fist and say, yes, Tiff, I've got this. And then in the next breath, you'll say, have I really? Have I really got this? I don't know. And am I really good enough? Because last week I was so bad and such said that I've got to do this, this and that. And I can't do all that yet. And blah, 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 blah. Right? Lots of self-talk going on, isn't it? And it's all doubtful talk. And it's easy to question it all, especially when you're not in that space. And when you get into that headspace of the doubts are there, which means really your belief is not at 100%. It's not there. And belief is actually confidence. Belief equals confidence, isn't it? If you believe in you, you're confident in you. But if you're not confident, well, then there's no belief or there's that lack of belief. And how do you raise your belief level when it's lacking? And it comes into the language that you actually use. It's those thoughts that you have that turn into feelings, that turn into actions, and that gives you the results. So if you say, oh, I can't do this, or I'm too nervous, or what if I stuff up, then that's your thoughts. Your feelings you'll be very emotional, you'll be scared, you'll be worried, you'll be nervous, you'll be petrified. The actions, you can't perform as well, your body's not performing as well as it could, your mental state's all over the place. And what's the result? Don't get picked for the team, you lose. And that comes from the self-talk, doesn't it? That's from what you believe. Because you're saying what you're saying is true to you. It's your thoughts. So therefore, that's your beliefs. And so when you're saying those types of things to yourself, well, I'm too nervous. What if I stuff up? I can't do this. Then that's what you believe. And then the result will be what it is. Highly likely you lose or you don't get picked for a team or anything else, right? You don't become that professional athlete that you want to become. And you go, see, I told you. See, I told you couldn't get there because your thoughts were in that headspace of doubt. Your thoughts were in that headspace of being negative. But that's what you've most likely been saying to yourself for who knows how long. Since you're a little kid. And I've got this guy that I've been working with and he's 71. And he's been playing golf for a really long time. And you go, oh, you're 71, that's so old. Well, it is compared to where you are now, right? But he still thinks the same way you do. Doesn't matter on the age, we still all have those thoughts. So when he steps up on the tee, he's like, I can't hit this. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to play the ball down the middle. I'm probably going to stuff this up. Those are the thoughts that's going on in his head. What are the feelings that come up? He gets worried. He gets anxious. He gets angry with himself. What are the actions? He stuffs up the shot. They go left and right all over the place, mishits the ball, tells himself off, belittles himself. And what are the results? He doesn't perform the way he wants to. He doesn't get he doesn't score the type of score that he could score, because he's quite a good player, but he writes himself off. So it doesn't matter if you're 16 or it doesn't matter if you're 71. This still happens unless you have got a hold on it and you start changing that pattern. Because what we need to change is the language. Because he just writes himself off completely. You know, I had a lesson with him yesterday. I said, how did you go? Well, I stuffed up the first hole. I did this, and this. I stuffed up the second one. I did this, and this. And I said, well, what did you do? Where were your good ones? When did you hit the ball well? Because I want him looking at more the positive side right now rather than the negative. And then I said, okay, all right, great. You did that on that hole. Why did you do that so well? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? Because we need to get him back into that space. Because at the moment, he's in this headspace of, I can't do this. I keep stuffing up. See, I always make those mistakes. See, I told you, you're just not as good as you used to be. And he played off a low handicap. And he could still play off a much lower handicap than what he's on, but he writes himself off. And this guy is so much older than you guys and girls and you, right? So much older. But he still goes through that too, which means he hasn't worked on changing that language, that self-talk. And that's what we need to do. So if you're coming up and saying these things to yourself as well, oh, I can't do that. No, I'm going to stuff it up. And then you end up stuffing it up. So I told you you'd stuff it up. Told you wouldn't get there. Told you you're not good enough. Told you can't do this. Then we have to change that self-talk, don't we? So the first step, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to create awareness. Because the first step to changing anything is awareness. We always have to be aware of actually what's going on, because you can get into that pattern of that negativity, that poor self-talk, and do it over and 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 over again. And if you're not aware that you're doing that, you're going to keep going over and over and over and over and over and over and continue on, right? So we need to change that. So what I want you to do here is I want you, if you've got a diary, a journal, a notebook, whatever it is that you've got with you, I want you, every single time that you have a negative thought around your sport, I want you to write it down. Or if you have any doubt that comes up about your sports performance, I want you to write it down. All I want you to do is to create awareness. That's all we're doing. Don't beat yourself up because you've spoken to yourself that way. All we're doing is creating awareness. So I want you to write out those thoughts. So things could be like, oh, I'm so worried about how I'm going to go in this next get picked. But what if I don't? I'm such a loser if I don't get picked. Oh, this is my only chance. Don't stuff it up, or otherwise you're a loser, right? Whatever those thoughts are, those are some examples. Write them all out of what you're actually thinking, okay? Number one is that awareness. Step two, what we want to do is we want to rewrite that language. So those thoughts that you've just written out in that awareness in step one, what I want you to do now is I want you to rewrite them. Rewrite them into those thoughts that you're going to, I'm not going to think that. This is how I'm going to be thinking now. So that thought where, I'm so worried about how I'm going to go in this next game, we could rewrite it something like, all I can do is give the best of me on the day. Because that's all you really can do. All you can do is give the best of you on that day. Or here's another one. I hope I get picked, but what if I don't? I'm such a loser. Well, you could rewrite it as something like, everything I do is just feedback. I look forward to awesome feedback today. How much better is that? Whatever the feedback is, it's going to then give you that awareness of what's working and what's not. This other quote, or this other thought. This is my only chance. Don't stuff it up or you're a loser. Well, you could maybe rewrite it as, I'm going to show up and focus on doing the best that I can in those moments. Different approach, isn't it? So the first approach in number 1, that awareness, was we had to identify what are those negative thoughts that are coming out? What are these doubts that are coming out? Write them all down. Let's get them out of our head. The second step is to rewrite that language. So we're changing the self-talk, aren't we? We're changing that language. Now the third step is we're going to have positive phrases. So what I want you to do is I want you to write out a list of positive phrases that you could say to yourself. Here's some examples. The world needs me at my best. I give my best effort every day. I love playing my sport. How lucky am I? I focus on bringing the best out of me every day. What exciting things will I learn today? This is my favorite, and I have been saying this for years. I got this particular saying that I'm going to share with you from, I can't even remember now. It'll come to me. When I remember, I'll tell you. But Brian Tracy, that's who I got it from. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. I say that every single day. I write it down on my daily life focus, which you'll learn in the Get Focused Academy. That'll be part of your athlete success system. And I put that in my daily life focus every single day. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. When I get in the car and I'm on my way to work, or I'm on my way to the gym, or I'm on my way somewhere to do a workout, or wherever I'm going, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. How much different approach is that versus everything else? What you're then starting to look for is, what are the wonderful things that are going to happen to me today? Because it's the little things that's going to make everything happen for you. And you can write out as many phrases as you want. Then the fourth step is those positive phrases that you've written out, read it out every day. Don't accept the negative or poor self-talk, right? If it comes, fine, it's arrived, but then you're going to say something like, the world needs me at my best. And that's what I intend to bring, or something like that that's going to bring you back. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. I love that. The world needs me at my best, and that's what I'm going to bring today. I love that. I just came up with that one yesterday. The world needs me at my best, and that's what I intend to bring today. Right? How cool is that? Versus, oh gee, I hope I get picked, or I'm such a loser if I don't. The world needs me at my best, and I intend to bring that today, right? So we want to build up that confidence. How we build up that confidence is to develop your belief system. Again, we work on that in great depth in the Get Focused Academy. And the reason that we do that is because if you've heard me talk for quite some time now about belief is everything. What you believe will be the results that you create. Those thoughts, those feelings, those actions, those results, aren't they? What you believe will create your results. So if you believe that you will not get there, well then you're right. If you believe that you will get there, then you're right. Okay, so we need to make sure that you keep working on that language in which you are speaking to yourself. So important. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today. And I want you to start saying, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. And mine, this one, but the world needs me at my best, and that's what I intend to bring. Okay, keep saying that. Love it if you could share with me what you like best. If you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, please share these episodes with your friends, because we want to build the successful athlete community as big as we possibly can. And I want you to dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams. Take care and look forward to talking to you real soon. You work hard, you make sacrifices, yet you still don't see the results. You ask the question, will I ever make it? Will I ever win? You are frustrated, which leads to doubt. You lose confidence and get down on yourself. There are reasons that you're going through this. You just don't know what they are. There is hope and there are answers. Join me, I'm Tiff, for the free Success Athlete Masterclass, because you'll no longer feel held back. You'll have more success and more wins in your sport. And the best thing, the hard work will pay off. Go to tiffanyMika.com/Sam, that's SAM. I look forward to seeing you there at the free training. Dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams.